Some people are built by comfort. Others are built by Enugu.
Igbo.
Put that in.
Yes. Does anybody here speak Igbo? No.
Not a word.
Not a word.
No, but I speak some.
Oh, you do? Kekwan Adimma. Jisike.
Okay.
Zain Ejiofor Asher didn't stumble into greatness. She was sent into it. Her mother, Obiajolo Ejiofor, looked at the world and made a decision most parents fear. She sent her daughter back home, back to Igbo land, back to the fire that forges great men, because she knew something that no Western classroom could teach. Igbo children don't just learn to survive, they learn to lead.
I'm actually from Nigeria personally, so I grew up there. I spent time in Nigeria, so I have a personal perspective. And what's sad about it is that nobody is immune. The president of Nigeria's cousin was recently kidnapped. The finance minister's mother was recently kidnapped. So nobody is immune. This is a country where they will literally look at you, size you up based on how you speak, how you dress, your race, whether you're black or you're white, what country you're from, and they will work out how much they think your family will pay to see you again. And so, a native Nigerian can be held for ransom for as much as $100,000. If you're an oil worker, if you're from the Western world, you can be held for ransom for as much as $200,000, up to several million. And they will hold you ransom until you pay. So there have been reports of people being held ransom for over a year.
It must hurt you when you look at what's happening in your country, right, or your native country right now.
Right.
So what goes through your mind?
Well, for kidnappings, just on a personal note, my uncle was kidnapped several years ago, 3 years ago. Now, we're from a region of Nigeria called Enugu, which is in the south. It's the opposite end of the country from where Boko Haram's stronghold is in the northern Nigeria. But he was kidnapped and possibly was going to be held for ransom. But, he was pulling into his driveway. People hit him over the head. They drove him for 5 hours in the middle of the night. And then the car broke down. The kidnappers panicked and they let him go. But the point is, Carol, this happens so often in my country. Kidnapping, as you mentioned, 1 in 4 kidnappings in the world happen in Nigeria. So the situation is really out of control. And with any sort of terrorism or kidnappings, the root of it is always poverty. There's a huge amount of inequality in Nigeria, and that really does need to be dealt with.
When over 200 girls were taken away from Chibok in 2014, Zain Ejiofor Asher sat in the most powerful newsroom in the world, and she did not whisper. She made the world stop. She made the world listen. She made the world notice. That is what Enugu, that is what Igbo land produces. People who walk into the room and change it. People who do not accept anything less than greatness. This is Zain Ejiofor Asher. This is Igbo excellence personified.
In terms of me being connected to Igbo culture, I lived in Enugu for about 2 years growing up, from the ages 10 to 12.
Put that in.
Yes. Does anybody here speak Igbo? No.
Not a word.
Not a word.
No, but I speak some.
Oh, you do? Kekwan Adimma. Jisike.
Okay.
I speak. And when I was growing up, I spoke when I went to school in Nigeria, because part of the book I explained how my mother shipped me back to Nigeria when I was 10, and she did that because she just sort of felt as though if you could live in Nigeria and, thrive and survive for 2 years, you could handle anything that the West would throw at you. She did that to toughen me up. In terms of my name, my middle name is Zain. My parents grew up in the north, so Zainab. And then my last name is Ejiofor, and I added Asher. So one of the things that I was dealing with when I was coming up, especially being a receptionist at a production company, is I was going through a really hard time career-wise. I was going through a lot of difficulty, and I would pray and pray all the time. And so really for me, during that hard time, I found a name in the Bible and I looked up the meaning. Asher means somebody who is, somebody who understands that no matter what happens in their life, they continue to hold on and have faith, and somebody who wants to bring joy to the world. And I just added it on as a way of kind of like almost like a mantra, almost like a religious mantra, keeping the faith, understanding that really whatever difficulty, just looking in the Bible and seeing this name, whatever difficulty the world threw my way, that if I just persevered and had faith in God, then I would continue through. So it sort of stuck, but yeah, last name is Ejiofor and then Asher, so yeah.